Oh, hi, welcome back to the channel, and this is a review of the P40B Academy kit. This is the box hobby model kits. It wasn't expensive. It was, I think, maybe $15, $15 Australian, something like that. I think I did buy it a little while ago. I did an unboxing video a few days ago. And this has been about 3 days worth of building, I suppose, just on and off, just relaxing. Thought I'd go through some of the parts that I used. Obviously, this is a beginner video because this is only the second model that I've actually finished. So, and I'm quite happy with it, I have to say. There are certain steps which I will, I'll be adding in, I suppose, as I get some of the parts. So let's have a little look now at some of the things we used. I used the Tamiya extra thin cement, the Tamiya cement for the heavier stuff. Only very small amount of this, really. Most of the work was done with that one. Colors, I really used extensively the Vallejo number 28 sand yellow, and also the 43 US olive drab for the painting here. So that's obviously the sand color. It was thinned out with Tamiya, I should have put that one there, with that. So I have actually thinned that out. I'm only brush painting at the moment. I'm actually really enjoying brush painting at this time, but I think as I go forward and as I develop my, I suppose, build technique, I'll really start looking at getting a probably a beginner's compressor and spray gun to keep going. Things also use the Mark Fit decal solution, decal solution, and a panel line accent color, which I also used for some moderately gentle weathering, which some of it's worked out okay, some of it hasn't kind of worked out as well as I wanted it to. But look, as a second build, I'm actually really happy. Tweezers, which were really valuable for those very, very small parts. A good quality, well, a sharp scalpel at least. Pair of pliers for snipping. Sorry about the jumping there. Cotton bud for dabbing out some of the panel line accent color, and also a much more masculine on the white side, of course, sanding stick, otherwise known as a fingernail buffer or something, I don't know. I also used a 157, which was from a Revell kit, which I did previously. I used this for the underside. Anyway, I'll get onto that in a second. Things that I really liked about this build. Things that I liked about the build, it's a very pretty little build. There weren't very many parts. It really was a fun build. I don't think this particular kit would be considered for anything that was really kind of serious. It's quite, it's small, it's quite pretty. If I just flip it over, there are some things I liked on the bottom. I was able to go for the fuel tank pod, which I preferred to put on instead of the bombs. I did use a gunmetal, which is actually from Citadel. So I used a gunmetal for the undercarriage, and I've used some of the same green that I actually used in the cockpit, which I can't remember which green I used now. Probably olive drab. I think it might have been an olive grey. So that's that. I'll keep going with the things that I really liked. I love the red nose. It's actually come up really well. The decals, I'm very happy with how the I've watched a lot of reviews, and a lot of people say they really struggle with the mouth, putting the tiger mouth on, and I actually found that to be rather easy. Well, moderately, not easy, but moderately. The canopy, I was actually really happy with how the canopy turned out as well, and some of the weathering. The reason I've got a bit more streaking, so I used the accent color to actually create some streaking. I would probably do it a little differently next time, but I haven't had a chance. This hasn't been clear coated at all, because I don't have any. So that'll be the first thing that I do. I'll go out and get some clear coat. I like how I actually like how I managed to actually get the decals on. I like the overall build, actually. I'm really happy with it. In fact, I might end up doing a diorama with this, just because I feel like it. I like the accents just under here. I like how that's worked out. I actually quite like that. Now, things that I didn't like. Things that I didn't like. The biggest thing that I didn't like, I have to say, were the decals themselves. The decals themselves would be the one thing that would probably make me balk at getting another Academy kit, and I do actually have another Academy kit to do after this one, which is a Focke-Wulf. It's actually making me consider not doing it at the moment, because they're quite papery, and the thing that I really struggled with was actually they didn't, although I used the Mark Fit first, they didn't adhere, well actually sorry, they adhered very quickly to the surface, so it was actually very difficult to move the decal around into position, so much so that this particular star has actually got a couple of crinkles in it, which I could not get out. I literally just couldn't get them out. On the instruction leaflet, the Japanese flags underneath the window here, they're not even actually indicated that they're there at all. That there is actually no number 5 written here that I can see. It's definitely not there. So obviously I used the image from the box. So a lot of the inspiration for this actually came from the box. I actually think that looks rather good comparatively. And I'm actually very happy with how this turned out. Would I suggest it for a beginner? Oh, look, yes, I would. It's not expensive. It's very pretty. It's inspired me actually to buy a larger size P40 model kit, maybe 148, or even possibly a more detailed 1-72. But it was a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed doing it. I'm glad it's done. And I'm actually thinking, as I said, I'm thinking about doing a small diorama base for it. But we'll see what happens. Anyway, thank you for watching, and see you next time.